tonight, a bill proposed in the Tennessee state legislature could make it mandatory now for fathers out of wedlock to take a DNA test before signing a birth certificate.
Fox 13 government reporter Kayla Solomon joins us live. Kayla, this bill was discussed and passed in a House committee today. And, you know, it goes back. There have been advocates who said it could solve a lot of problems if it were just the first thing that happens for all babies.
That's right, Merle. And this is also coming on the heels of another child support reform bill that was recently passed that says if fathers fall behind too much on child support, they can now lose custody of their children. Now, I spoke to one Memphis representative who says this is specifically for couples who are not married.
This is a big deal. This is an issue that needs to be fixed.
State Representative Antonio Parkinson says the conception of this bill came from a haircut trip.
You know, I was in the barbershop and this young man stopped me and he said that he was in a long-term relationship. They had a child. They were living together at the time.
Parkinson says the man went on to say that after the kid turned 5, he found out his partner had an affair, and a DNA test later revealed the man was not the child's father after all.
When they went to court over the child support, he presented the DNA evidence. The magistrate, and this is in Shelby County Juvenile Court, the magistrate basically banged the gavel down and said, somebody's got to feed him, and it's going to be you until he ages out of child support.
Parkinson says the man ended up having to pay up to 5 years in child support as a result, and also ended up losing his license, job, and going to jail temporarily. House Bill 2698 will make it so that if a prospective father wants to voluntarily sign a birth certificate, he has to provide DNA test results first. Parkinson says this doesn't only impact Memphis.
The rural district attorneys were looking for somebody to carry legislation to start reforming our child support system, because it's rural guys that are getting hit with these same laws, and it is hurting them.
Now, I reached out to the Department of Human Services for a response to this, and they did not immediately give me a response. Once we have that, of course, we'll update the story for you. Now, this bill moves on to the Senate floor tomorrow morning. Live in Memphis, Kayla Solomon, Fox 13 News.
Kayla, thank you.
Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm going to go over a Reddit post that caught my attention. The title is, "My wife is pregnant, but she cheated on me, and our first kid isn't even mine." It goes, "Hi guys, I was out for a work trip that was going to last a week. Before I left, we installed a camera doorbell system, so I could see if something was happening while I was gone. She thought the system only worked if somebody pressed on it to start recording, but it's motion detected. While I was gone, I kept getting notifications on it. I finally got one of her and my son leaving the house. I got another one an hour later of just her kissing another dude while going into the house. I called her to ask what she was doing, but she lied and said just relaxing. I knew from that moment this was going to get ugly. I came home and didn't question her about it. I was deciding my next move when she told me she was pregnant. The math was adding up, but I played along. I then decided to take my son for a DNA test, and obviously, we aren't related. Wife doesn't know what I know. She thinks everything is perfect. She walks around excited about the new addition to the family. She told everybody the good news about our second kid. She doesn't know I'm searching for a lawyer as we speak. Both of our lives are about to be ruined. Go to a divorce attorney, get divorce papers drawn up, and get custody papers drawn up for your children. I would present her with the evidence and the papers, pack her bag, and ask her to leave. Make sure when you do that you have a friend with you so she can't say he hit me. You will have a witness. Make sure before you confront her that you take her name off of credit cards and take half of the savings out of the bank and put it into an account she can't access. The money seems to mysteriously vanish at these times. You need to act fast and hard. Do not back off, but you are looking at a very costly fight, as almost every state will try to hold you as a responsible father. Get a shark lawyer. Look for one that has a background in paternity fraud, or one that has lived it. I'm sorry you're here, man. I know the pain you're feeling. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Stay strong, stay away from drugs. The worst part is she will completely get away with this as paternity fraud is fully legal. Even if you leave her, she will keep you on the hook for child support until both kids are 18 as you took on the fatherly role, and it's in the best interest of the child. She will likely put down your name on the birth certificate. Even if you leave her, she will face serious repercussions. Your life is ruined. She will pull in some chump with a sob story and tell them you were abusive or something, all while draining your bank account for kids that aren't even yours. She'll likely do all in her power to give you as little time with the kids as well, and the courts will let her. Do not let your wife get suspicious. Try to collect as much evidence as you can during her gestation period. Keep the DNA test, probably take 2 to 3 more if she claims that the first clinic has made a mistake. Do not sign the birth certificate without demanding a paternity test. Collect evidence of your wife's cheating. Sued for paternity fraud. Paternity fraud being legal and making a man pay for another man's child is disgusting. Paternity fraud should be illegal in all countries. If a man really wants to raise a child that isn't biologically his, there should be a legal document stating that he knows he is raising a child that isn't biologically his and he accepts all the responsibilities, not talking about birth certificate. Paternity tests and maternity tests, if the mother is not awake during surgery, should be mandatory in all hospitals. A cheating spouse should also not qualify for alimony. Lying about something isn't automatically a punishable crime. But lying about paternity for the purpose of extracting money is fraud, and you already can take someone to court for fraud. The issue is you have to prove that she knew 100% that you weren't the father and deliberately sought to deceive you into believing you were. I thought you were the father, but I guess I was wrong. Won't hold up in court. That's just how the system works. You can't put people in jail for being shitty people. It's too bad that it's so expensive to get legal redress against someone who has wronged you this way. So if anything, I wish that were easier. At the same time though, there are already too many frivolous suits clogging up small claims courts. A lot of feminists oppose criminalizing paternity fraud, as they think it creates mistrust in women and punishes mothers for making a necessary decision to ensure the well-being of their children. Others argue that a child must have a father, whoever it may be, so that the mother is supported financially. I understand that every woman has a right to have an affair and not be shamed for it. But legal fathers also have a right to know if they're going to be a stepfather or not. Withholding knowledge about questionable paternity from the legal father, your partner, is equivalent to a prosecutor withholding evidence from the defense. Legal fathers should be well informed about the fact the child might not be theirs, so they're at least given the choice to step-parent it or not. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.